Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So in full transparency, I had planned on sharing on a different topic today, but after seeing your guys' reaction to last week's video where I shared how we sell flowers from our farm stand, it's clear to me that you all enjoy content where we share our experience selling flowers. In fact, last month when I shared about our experience selling flowers at a local market, that video too, it gained traction rather quickly. And so if hearing about our experience selling flowers, if it helps you to sell more flowers yourself, well then I'm more than happy to share all that we've learned these past few years. That's why today I thought I'd share more about our CSA Flower Subscription that we offer to our customers. But before we get there though, let me just mention that in addition to selling flowers from our farm stand and through our flower subscriptions, we also sell flowers wholesale to local florists. And just this year we started to offer U-picks to our farm visitors. Now, if you have any interest in hearing more about either of those two topics, please do me a favor, leave me a comment below so that I know you'd like to see a video on that. Also, while you're down there, I'd really appreciate if you give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Okay, let's talk flower subscriptions. Now, in fairness, despite growing flowers for 4 years, this is our first year running a CSA or subscription model. And while I certainly don't have every detail figured out just yet, I have learned quite a bit even in the short amount of time. And that's really what I want to share with you today. You know, tips and tricks to hopefully help you get your CSA off the ground. So why did we decide that this year was the year that we'd start offering flower subscriptions to our customers? Well, it's simple, really. This being our 3rd year in business and our 4th year actually growing flowers, this is a year where I had the confidence to know when our flowers would be blooming. I knew how many bouquets I could potentially have available each week based off what I was growing, and I had a better understanding of just how much time would be involved cutting for and creating those bouquets. What's more, it's taken us 3 years as a small business to build up a small base of loyal customers, you know, people who sort of know who we are and what we offer. And so this is the first year where I thought we might have enough interest from customers that would be willing to pay for our bouquets in advance. Long story short, this year it just felt like the right time, and I really felt confident being able to account for the many variables that go into offering a CSA. So let me tell you a little bit about how our CSA works. Currently here at Two Sisters Flower Farm, we offer flower subscriptions just through the summer season. While our frost-free growing season, while it goes from May to October, our summer annuals are really in bloom from mid-July to our first frost in mid-October, which means if we play our cards right, we have at least 12 good weeks where the annuals are really cranking. For that reason, our largest, or perhaps I should say our longest subscription that we offer is 12 weeks. We also offer our customers the option to choose either a 6 or an 8-week option if 12 weeks is just too much of a commitment for them. Regardless of the length of the subscription, our customers receive their bouquets weekly. While I would love to offer a monthly subscription option, right now, this being our first year, I really wanted to focus on one offering, so I wasn't having to keep track of a lot of different details all at once. And I encourage you to do the same. You know, keep things as simple as possible, especially when you're just starting out. Now, at the beginning of their subscription, our customers are allowed to pick which day of the week that they would like to receive their flowers. This year, I gave them 3 options to choose from based off what really worked for my schedule. Now, once they picked that day it stayed the same each week for the entirety of their subscription. The other choice that customers had was whether they wanted on-farm pickup or for an extra fee, I would deliver their flowers to them. For us this year, it was really split about 50-50 with the customers who chose pickup versus delivery. Now, for our on-farm pickup customers, on their designated pickup day, they came directly to us during a window of time. I had the flowers set out on a table in a cool, protected area, and customers simply came and grabbed their bouquet and then they left. Our customers, they knew the routine and it has worked well for us so far this season. While personally I always enjoy talking to our customers, having this system where our customers can really serve themselves means that if I need to put my attention on another project, I'm free to do that. And also, on-farm pickup is great because if there is a problem or a customer needs help, I'm always close by enough where I can still attend to those needs. One thing that I will mention is that our pickup window this year, it's relatively short. It's only about 2 hours. The reason that I emphasize this is because I didn't want our flowers, sitting outside all day long waiting for customers to pick them up. I wanted to ensure that each customer got a fresh bouquet that would last until the following week. Now, so far, having that small window, it hasn't been an issue, and no customers have complained. For our delivery customers, my focus has been on making the process as convenient as possible. I didn't want customers to have to sit home every week, waiting for me to show up at their doorstep to make deliveries. And so what I did this season is the first week of our subscription, our customers, they received their bouquet. I left it on their doorstep in a plain black floral bucket that had fresh water in it. Again, I wanted the bouquet to stay fresh and hydrated while it was sitting on their porch, waiting to come inside. Every week after that initial delivery, I simply ask customers to, on their day of delivery, leave their bucket sitting outside with some fresh water. I then make my rounds and I place the new bouquet in that same bucket. And it's great for both me and my customers because I can still deliver flowers even when no one was home. It's also great for when I'm busy and I have someone else make deliveries for me. A few weeks back, my mom and my sister, they made deliveries for me, and it was easy enough because all I needed was the addresses to the houses that they were delivering to, and then they just had to find the buckets. They didn't have to worry about knowing customers' names or answering questions, which was great. So how do customers become a part of our CSA? Well, we sell our subscriptions through our online shop. We started pre-selling our subscriptions for this flower season last winter while we were running our holiday market. What we have found is that people really enjoy gifting our flower subscriptions to their loved ones. And so Christmas time and right around Mother's Day as well, those were popular times where our subscriptions were purchased. Because they were being bought as gifts, we did create just a simple gift certificate that we printed out and we wrapped in a craft paper box that we just bought from the dollar store. Now, this was a simple and inexpensive way, but it was something fun that we could give to those who purchased from us so that they could have something physical to share with whomever they were gifting the subscription to. Also, anytime that we did a market, we also made sure to bring a few of those wrapped boxes with us, and it seemed to catch the attention of those who would walk by our table. People were often curious and would ask us about the gift certificates, and it was a great way to communicate with people about how we do offer this subscription service, and it might just be something to consider if you do a lot of farmers markets or some sort of events. It's a great starting talking point. Now, in just a moment, I plan on sharing tips that I think will be helpful to those who are looking to run their own CSA or subscription model. But before we get there, let me share my first impressions of selling our flowers this way. Honestly, before we started selling bouquets this way, there was a part of me that really questioned if this would be something that I would enjoy and if this would be something that would work for our farm. Truly, my hesitation had nothing to do with the CSA model itself. It had more to do with how I am sort of wired. I'm a person that thrives with a little bit of pressure, and so when I set big goals for myself with what I'd like to achieve financially in terms of flower sales, I think at times having that bit of pressure motivates me to really push through until the end of the season. And my initial concern with the CSA is that it would kind of eliminate some of that pressure, and I really wondered if I would do as well as I wanted to in terms of selling, especially if some of that pressure was removed. Again, that's just how I'm wired, so that may not be a concern for you. But what I found is that I really enjoyed the sales channel, and I enjoyed it for a few simple reasons. For one, it saves me the time in the field each week. I know before I even start harvesting flowers exactly how many I need to cut in order to fill all of our subscription orders. And I like knowing that what I cut is in fact already sold because I don't have to worry about, wasting time making bouquets that may not sell if I were to throw them on the farm stand or bring them to a farmer's market. Now, of course, I still cut flowers to stock our farm stand with, and I enjoy that because it helps bring in new customers. But if the weather doesn't cooperate or I find myself too busy with other tasks, I don't always stress, making sure the farm stand is full because I know that I have already sold X number of bouquets. Secondly, I love how our flower subscription, how it allows me to focus on marketing and selling, two very large components of business, during times of the year when I'm not stressed for time trying to grow and maintain our cut flower field. Like I said, we start selling our subscriptions in the winter around the holidays after the first frost has already wiped out our annual field. And so while we're still busy with other tasks, there's definitely more time to share with our community about what our flower subscription is and how it works. And having those bouquets sold before the flowers even start growing, it gives me the confidence to know that what I end up growing is not in fact going to go to waste. I mean, that's half the battle when selling a perishable product like flowers. You gotta have your product ready to be sold and your customers ready to purchase at the same time. The CSA model, it really helps to ensure that those two events line up just right. I feel like I have to preface this by emphasizing again that we have limited experience with running a flower subscription, but I do think that there are some tips that I can offer to hopefully help your subscription run smoothly if you choose to sell flowers this way. Now, the first one is communication. I think clear communication is key with this sales channel if it's going to work for you. So we use email to communicate with our subscription holders quite frequently. Our subscription holders, they receive an initial email at the time of their purchase, just sort of outlining what their subscription experience will be like and to sort of manage expectations. They know that if they're buying their subscription in December, that it won't be until midsummer until they receive their first bouquet. We really just want to make customers feel good. We want them to know that yes, we've received their order and that they are accounted for. Then about 2 weeks prior to the start of our subscription, our customers receive a second email. And that email is where we nail down the details of when they'd like to either pick up or have their flowers delivered. It's a more detailed email, sharing things like our delivery and pickup windows, and our whole process for what that looks like. And because everyone's summers get busy, we send out weekly reminder emails 24 hours in advance of either their pickup or delivery. And this has been key for us because we want to make sure that people know that their flowers are ready. And I really think that this practice is why we don't have no-shows, which is something that I know some flower farmers who run a CSA, that's something that they run into. Now, my second tip to anyone considering a CSA is to treat your subscription customers especially well. I know as a business owner, your goal is likely to treat all of your customers well. But I think it's important to go a step above and beyond that for your subscription customers, because the fact that they have pre-bought, 8 or even 12 bouquets means that they are truly invested in your business. I love every single one of my subscription customers this year. Not only are they just great humans, but they're the ones that show up to the markets we go to early in the season. They are the ones that show up to our farm stand when they need extra flowers to gift to someone else. They are the ones who bring in more customers because they're constantly sharing with their friends and family about the bouquets that they receive each week. Now, this is the reason that my subscription customers get the best of what's blooming in the field each week. They receive the first Lysianthus when they bloom, or the first dahlias once they bloom. Earlier this season, even when I had too many sunflowers blooming at once, I gifted bunches to our subscription customers at no charge. While our subscription holders don't expect that bonus, they are so appreciative of it when it does happen, and they are quick to send me emails or messages on social media, expressing their gratitude. I can't say this enough. If you're going to run a flower subscription, it's worth doing it right because there's so much possibility for your business to grow from it. I do think it's worth mentioning that if you're new to the subscription model, it's worth it to start small. Offer your subscription to just family and friends and work out the kinks there. Then once you get a feel for whether or not you've liked this subscription model and whether you have enough product to last all season long, well, that's when you can really decide to really ramp up what you're doing. Okay, I think that about covers everything that I wanted to share today. Now, if you've run a CSA of some sort or a flower subscription before, I'd love for you to share your experience in the comments below so that we can all learn a few more tips and tricks to help grow our businesses. And don't forget to let me know in the comments if you'd like more information on how we sell to florists or how we run our You-Pick farm visits this year. So let me just finish this video by saying thank you so much for tuning in, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Bye guys.